welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to kick off August with some fall DIYs. So if you want how to make them, stick around. I'll show you how. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Right, Maxwell?
And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that button.
Okay, for this first one, I'm using some old vintage Jello molds. You can get these on Etsy and eBay. They're pretty inexpensive and they come in a lot of different shapes and sizes. And I'm just going to put hot glue all the way around to join the two. You can also do this with some decorative bowls, very, very similar, some of the plastic ones from like the Dollar Tree. And then just set that aside and let those dry. After those are dried, if you have any glue oozing out on the sides, just take a little sander and just sand it off. Then I'm going to take these outside and I'm going to spray paint them with some Rust-Oleum Rustic Orange paint. Okay, next I took some burnt umber paint. I'm going to distress these, and then I got this little sponge from Amazon. I'm going to cut it into 4 because you only really just need a small piece. And then I'm going to dip it into the paint, kind of get a little bit of it off, and then I'm going to start distressing it. Now you want to try to get darker in the grooves, and then if you want to let it dry too, you can come back in and get it a little bit darker. But just kind of take your sponge and kind of go with it, and I'm going to do the whole thing, the top, the bottom, all of it. Just trying to give it more of like a vintage look. And these sponges work really good for that. You want to get it a little bit darker, just let it dry and then go back in there with a second coat. Next, I got these little thread spools from Hobby Lobby, and then I'm going to take a dark wood stain to stain them. Now, this is what we're going to use for the stem of the pumpkin. And the stain I'm using is by Minwax, and it's called Jacobine, and I'm just using a soft towel or a soft rag to rub it on, and I'm going to rub it over the entire thing. And then just set these aside and let those dry. Try to get down into the hole as well, right into the center. After those are dried, to attach these, I'm just going to use some E6000 glue and some hot glue. And I'm using a pretty generous amount of both. And then just stick that right down in the center and let those dry. Decorated, I'm just going to take some ribbon. I'm just kind of come around the front part, cut 2 pieces for each one of the pumpkin, and just enough so that you can tie a bow. And then I'm going to take some of the Tim Holtz distressing ink, and I'm going to distress these. I just thought they were a little bit too bright for the pumpkins. And the color I'm using is called the Walnut stain. And you can get this at Hobby Lobby. You can get it on Amazon as well. But it really does help to distress. I mean, it works really good. After my ribbon has dried, I'm just going to take it and tie a knot in the very front, and then I'm just going to tie a little bow across the front. And just kind of push it down on your little spool as far as you can, and then just tie a little bow, and then we're just going to cut the ends off at a diagonal. So I'm just going to take some paper coated floral wire, and I'm just going to take a 1/4 inch dowel stick, and I'm going to wrap my wire around it 12 times, and then I'm going to leave a gap in the center of about 1 inch, and I'm going to do the other side about 12 times too. And this is for the tendril for the pumpkin. And then just cut it off with your wire cutters, and then I'm just going to wrap it around my spool. And I'm just tucking it under the lower part of that ribbon, and then I'm going to put a little hot glue just to hold it in place. Just kind of shape it there however you want to shape it, and then just go ahead and glue it in. Next, I got this little greenery from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to cut off a little section of it, and I'm just going to glue it onto both sides of my pumpkin, just to kind of give it a little bit of color. And then you can hold this down with a little popsicle stick if you want to, if it's a little bit too close to your fingers. Just kind of hold it down there until that dries. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the opposite side. And it's easier if you do take it into clumps together and glue it at one time, because it does make it a little bit easier to handle. Next, I've given you this pattern in the description below in both SVG and PDF. You're just going to cut these out. And then I'm just cutting those out of some green felt. And then I'm taking the Tim Holtz ink, the distressing ink, and I'm going all the way around the edges to distress this. Now, you're going to have 2 different sizes of the leaves in this project today, but we're going to use this on most all of the projects. Okay, then I'm just going to glue this one to the back part of the pumpkin, just right up against that little spool. And then I'm going to put one on the front, kind of at the corner on the left. All right, look how cute those turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, for this next one, I'm using a pack of the 12 Dollar Tree shower curtain rings, and I'm going to spray paint them with that same rustic orange paint. And I'm just going to lay these out on some craft paper and then just spray paint them. Now, they do kind of tend to move around a little bit, so you want to get away from them as far as you can to spray them. Next, I'm taking a paper craft tube and I'm just going to cut it in half. You could use a toilet paper roll for this if you want to. And then I'm going to cut mine to about maybe 1.5 inches, and then I am going to adjust it here in a minute. I got a little stem in a bag from Hobby Lobby last year, and I'm going to put this one on top. So I kind of want to roll it up to where it's the same size as my stem, but not be taller than my rings because I'm going to finish it off with that stem. So I am going to have to cut it just a little bit shorter. So just kind of gauge it with the stem that you're planning on using. And then I'm just going to roll it up the same dimension as my stem, and then I'm just going to glue right down the side. I'm going to paint it orange, similar in color to what my rings are. And I'm going to paint the inside and the outside both. Next, to attach my rings, I'm just going to come on each side. So I'm going to glue one on this side, one on the opposite side, and then I'm going to start filling in. And it did take 12 of these to do this project. Just kind of spend some time holding it because you want to make sure that your rings stand up straight. And then go right opposite on this one. And then we're going to do the same thing on the top and the bottom. And then we will fill in the rest of them as we go. You're gluing the side that has the opening on it. Okay, then you're going to start filling it in, so you can put 2 together in the space on each one of these. And I would recommend doing them together so that they do stand up straight. These 2 I didn't, so I kind of had to play with them, but do them together, and then that way it'll be a little bit easier. You can just hold them in place until they dry. And you have some time with the hot glue, you know, a little bit of wiggle room just in case you need it. And then set that aside and let that dry really well. Next, to finish out the center, I'm just taking a ribbon and I'm cutting it down to size just to kind of fit right in there without any kind of folding over. Just kind of run it through there, make sure that it is straight. And then we're just going to glue this in, and then we're going to overlap the other ribbon onto the opposite side and glue it down. This will just give it a nice finished look. And then pull the other side around there and then overlap it and glue it. And the piece we cut off of that ribbon, we're just going to go down below, and we're going to cover up that piece of cardboard with the rest of this. So we're going to use that same leaf pattern, but we're going to cut 2 of the larger leaves out, and I'm going to cut these together. I'm just going to take my fabric, fold it over, and I'm just using a green felt. And then I'm going to show you how easy it really is just to cut this out. If you cut with the back of your scissors, you can get a little bit more precise than just trying to kind of snip through it. Just keep it towards the very back. And it really didn't take that long to cut these out, and if they're not perfect, they don't have to be, because not all leaves look exactly alike. Now, if you have a cutting machine, I did include the SVG, so you can cut this out with a machine. Okay, and I'm going to trim the bottom off just about 1/4 inch on both of these because they did overlap a little bit too much. And then I'm just going to glue them right side by side. Just put a little bit of glue underneath each one of the leaves, and then I'm going to glue my stem right down into the center. Just add a little bit of glue just around the opening, and then just push that on down. And then I'm just going to take some of that same wire I used on the other one, kind of wrap it around about 12 times, leave a gap, and wrap that one around 12 times, and then just attach it right around that stem. Just push it up to the back and then just add a little hot glue right around the edge. Finish it off, I'm just going to add a little Spanish moss right around the stem. And then I'm just gluing it in right here on the back part, around the edges, and then in the front. All right, that was pretty simple. Look how cute that turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, next we're going to make some stuffed pumpkins. I'm measuring my fabric at 20 inches wide by 9 inches tall. And you're just going to make a rectangle with this. And I'm just taking a marker just to mark it. It doesn't have to be precise, but just kind of mark where it is. Go up 9 inches, and then you're going to just go across and line it up. And I'm just going to lay my tape measure straight across there and then just kind of do a rough line. And we're just going to fold our fabric over, joining the two sides together, and then we're just going to put a bead of glue right down the side. And make sure you use enough for it to really stay together. Next, I'm taking some thick thread. This is just an upholstery thread. You get it at Hobby Lobby. It's the one on the orange spool. And I'm tying a few knots down at the bottom because we are going to sew a casing across the top edge. And you want a thread that's thick enough so that when you gather it doesn't pop. And we're going to start at the back, and we're going to go right about 1/4 of an inch from the very top part, and we're going to do 1/4 inch stitches all the way around. And this is going to be for the bottom of our pumpkin. And they don't have to be perfect, just get some stitches in there so that when we do pull it to gather it, it gathers it up. And then just keep going until you get all the way back to the beginning. And then when we get to the beginning, we're going to gather it up. And then we're going to tie those two ends together. So kind of pull that one back out and then just tie it tight into a knot. And then I'm going to take my thread, put it back onto my needle, and I'm going to run it through the bottom a few times just to kind of make sure it is held together. Now I'm pushing it through. This is hard a little bit. Push your needle through, then kind of lay it down on your workstation and let it push it the rest of the way through. And then we're just going to tie that off in a knot and then just cut the excess string off. Okay, next we're going to turn this right side out, and then we're going to sew a casing around the top edge, and we're going to sew it on the inside. So you're going to start at the very inside part and go all the way around just like you did on the bottom. And you're just doing 1/4 inch stitches about 1/4 inch from the top edge. Next, I'm going to fill it with some polyfill, and I'm putting about 5 big handfuls in here. You do want this to be pretty full. And you can get the polyfill at Michael's. It's probably the cheapest. And right now, they actually have some of that stuff on sale. And just get it tied up there real tight. And then I did have to put my little needle back on there because I did pull it off. I'd recommend not taking your needle off until after we finish this step. Just kind of pull it up there real tight and then just kind of pinch it at the top once you get it gathered all together just to hold it in place. Just kind of pull it and then pinch it at the very top just to hold it together. And then I had to thread my needle while I was holding this, so it was a little bit of a challenge. Or it was a lot of a challenge. And then you're going to just run some stitches through the top part here. And this top part was a little bit easier than it was on the bottom. So just kind of pinch it up there and then run a few stitches through it just to kind of hold it all together. It just kind of really helps to secure it so that if your thread ever breaks, it's not going to come apart because you've done this extra step. And then once you get several of those through there, then you're just going to tie this into a knot. And then you're just going to cut off your excess string. So I'm taking an upholstery needle and I'm taking some embroidery floss. Now I'm not separating this. I'm using the full strand. I think it's got probably 6 strands in it, and then just tie it in a knot down at the bottom. And then we're going to run this from the bottom of the pumpkin up through the top. Now you'll still have enough opening where you gathered it up that it will go through that hole, and it'll go right through to the very top. And then you want to make sure that you have enough floss on there. I'm using probably about 3 yards of that. You want to make sure because we are going to wrap it several times. So you're going to come up through here, pull it all the way to the top, and then wrap it firmly, push it down, and then wrap it firmly and go back through the bottom. You're going to kind of squeeze it together. And this is going to take a little bit of time because you've got so much of the twine, but you want to make sure that you've got enough to gather it up tight and push it on through. So we're doing this in sections. This is going to be section 1. We're just coming through one side. Then we're going to wrap it to the other side and come back through the opening through the bottom again. Just kind of straighten it out a little bit. Go to the opposite side and then pull it tight. And then go back through the bottom all the way back through the top. And then once you get to this point, we're going to go side to side. So go ahead and pull it through tight. Go to the side. Wrap it around and then go through the bottom back through the top, and then go to the opposite side and then do the same thing. And then we'll do the little sections after we get these done. So you're going to do it like across, and then we're going to start dividing the other sections into 2s. Just make sure that you are pulling it firmly because you do want that bolstering on that pumpkin to kind of come through. And then go on the opposite side at the diagonal from that one and do the same thing. And those upholstery needles work really good. I'll give you the link for those. I get them on Amazon, but I definitely recommend having those in your stash because they are handy for projects like this. And then once you get to this last one, you're going to come pull it up through the top. And then you're just going to tie it through the top part there and then tie it into a knot and tie it off. For the leaves, I'm going to use the larger pattern, and I'm just going to cut 2 of these out of some green felt. To make a stem, I'm just going to come on the short side of a 9 by 12 piece of felt, and I'm going to cut this at 1.5 inches. I'm just cutting 1 strip. Okay, then to make our stem, we're just going to roll this piece of fabric up, and we're going to go all the way to the end, and we're going to glue it in little sections as we go. And then when you get to the end, just glue that off. And this will make a perfect size stem. We're just going to glue it right into the center of our pumpkin. Just put a big dollop of glue there and then just hold it until it dries. And to distress our leaves, we're going to do exactly like we did the other ones, and we're just going to use the Tim Holtz stain and go all the way around the edges. This just gives it a little bit of depth. We're just going to glue one on each side of our pumpkin. Push it down there so it does go into the indent next to that stem. Next, I'm going to take a brown wire that measures about 10 inches, and I'm going to take my 1/4 inch dowel stick, and I'm just going to wrap this around it to give it the little swirls. And I'll give you the link for this. This is a real pretty wire. It's brown already, so it does match your pumpkin. And then you're just going to leave a little gap in the middle so that you can wrap it around the stem. And then just kind of stretch it open a little bit, kind of shape it. And then we're just going to go right up around the bottom part of that stem and glue that in. These are super easy pumpkins. I think that they turn out so cute. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope it gave you some inspiration. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if nobody's told you today, you're awesome. See you next time. Thanks for watching.